I went through a disaster camping trip. I was collecting firewood and it costed me over $1,200. A mistake I made, and I want to share my story with you guys. So let's jump into it. So I went up north. It was about 115 miles away, and what I know now, come to realize on my way home, I ended up at a catastrophic failure on my vehicle. Doesn't matter what vehicle it is, they all break down, but it costed me over $1,200 in about 13 hours of my time just to get home, and it was about 115 miles away. And I don't want you to make the same mistake I did. Didn't realize it at the time. When you're camping or going out of town, having a vacation, or you going getting firewood, scouting for firewood, whatever it is you're doing, and you have a vehicle, a truck, and a trailer, I'm going to give you some tips to avoid a big bill. My name is Woodchucker. Thanks for tuning in to my channel. I want to give you some tips. I'm going to go through my story. So I was about 115 miles away from home, and my truck decided to outrun. So I was going down a hill right out of a town, going down a hill, and it was getting ready to rain. My truck was starting to sputter and it stalled. I got 12,000 pounds behind me, pulling a toy hauler, fully loaded, wood and everything, and my truck died. So I didn't have much pull-off room, so I pulled off just a little bit. My trailer was right on the line. The worst spot to pull over, no room. My truck and trailer, it died, so I was just going downhill. So I pulled over, just coasted, and found just enough room where I was barely on the line. My truck and trailer was on a hill. My trailer was sliding down. It was getting ready to pour. It was sliding down a little, about 1/4 of an inch. Every vehicle that went by that doesn't get out of the way, and they should, it pushes everything you have, and it was getting ready to tumble over. So bad situation. So basically I called for towing, got it all set up as it's getting ready to dump and pour. And so basically tow truck showed up, police officer showed up. He was pulling people over left and right for not getting over because it's against the law. So the tow truck driver was awesome, and he told me something, and I'll never forget it, and I fixed the problem right away. To avoid something that should be fun and not cost you a lot, especially if you're pulling a trailer. And so we hooked up, pulled my truck on the trailer, then hooked up my toy hauler to bumper pull, and he pulled us off the road, and then we strapped everything down and was good to go. So we had a lot of time talking with this tow truck driver. All the way home, it was about a 12-hour deal, waiting for a tow truck, everything else. Come to find out, just your regular towing on your insurance doesn't cover anything. If you got a truck, they'll tell you about 20, 25 miles, and then after that, it costs you per mile. So you don't want to be in the position I was, and if I can reach one person with this video, I'll be totally stoked. A lot of people I tell it to, before they go out of town, go camping, if they're pulling a trailer, whatever it is, they ended up getting the coverage that they needed, because it's, why ruin a camping trip? You won't ruin it. So this towing company will, this comes from the tow truck driver, he will pull me wherever I want. If I'm on my way to camping, he'll pull me up there and drop me off to our campsite. And then when I need to be towed home, he'll come pick us up and pull us all the way home, just like I was driving. So you don't have to go through all that. There's no need for it. So if you're coming home or going up, either way, you don't have to ruin your camping trip, because you get 4 a year towings and it won't cost you anything. So this tow home, it was on our way home, luckily. Come to find out, it was the secondary relay in the computer. I couldn't open it up and fix it. It was failing. So my fuel pump was gone, and everybody breaks down. So we get home, over $1,200 tow just for camping. And that wasn't fixing the computer. I had to buy another computer, which that was another $900. So $1,200 cost me over $2 grand. and it was the worst scenario ever. So if you are pulling a trailer, if you're pulling a flatbed trailer, whatever, and going out of town, if you got a side-by-side and you got a trailer and you got a truck, hopefully you don't break down, but there are going to be times where 5 years of going and camping, you're going to have a breakdown, and sometimes it's catastrophic like mine was. So you need to be covered, and just regular insurance is not going, towing is not, it's about 25 miles is all that they tow, and then they charge you. So it cost me over $2,500, I think it was, all said and done, and it doesn't have to happen to you. So get the extra coverage, and it's AAA. This is what I've got now. It's AAA plus trailer. So if you're camping, you have a truck and you have a fifth wheel or a bumper pull, whatever, pop up, and you're going camping once, twice a year, eventually, hopefully not, but your odds, you're gonna have to be towed home sooner or later in 5 years. So AAA plus trailer is what you want to get. Cost 80 to 100 bucks a month. Well, my $1,200 should have paid me for years. So that will keep you out of trouble. I've told lots of people, they come pick up firewood and they're going out of town, and I can't help myself. I tell them the situation that I occurred and what I went through, over 12, 13 hours from issue to towed and home, made it a really long day, and it was only 115 miles away. And usually you camp from 100 to 300 miles away. And there's another thing I'm going to mention to you guys with this AAA, and you can help somebody else out. If you're always going camping with somebody that has a trailer and all that, and they have AAA, if you're always camping with them, you don't necessarily have to have the AAA plus trailer coverage. As long as somebody has it and you're with them, they have 4 a year. If you have 2 people that have the coverage, that's 8. So if you have 4 a year and you're always going camping with them, they can give you one of your free tows. So if I meet someone on the side of the road and I'm like, hey, they got kids, pull over, I have the time, I pull over and say, hey, you need some help? My truck's broke down, I gotta call a tow truck. And it's like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna use one of mine, and I give it to them free. As long as I'm there when they drop off the truck, when they're at home, or when I'm there. So I show my card and they get a free tow all the way home. So there's a lot of good points to it. You don't want to be stuck in a situation that I was in, and what I know now, I've got AAA obviously. So if you're pulling a trailer, even for work, and you're going 100 miles or over 25 miles, they can pull your truck home, but when they pull your trailer home, they're going to charge you a lot. So if you're always pulling a trailer, you're always going camping, it's a good idea to get the coverage. So that's my story. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I hope you guys get something out of this. And stay tuned, because I've got a lot more stories of RVing, camping trips, wood trips, of issues I've encountered and things that you can actually keep with you to help you fix lots of stuff, because I actually carry all the tools and over exaggerate what I need to bring, and it's actually kept me out of trouble a lot. The worst situation ever, RV suspension broke, gas leak, RV battery broke, truck battery, shorts. I'm going to go through all that in future videos to keep you out of trouble, and ways that you can hook up your RV with alternative power in case you don't, your gas, something wrong with your gas or something's wrong with your generator. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next Woodchucker Talk.